profound personal and professional change starts with you. All you dream about is the end. You miss the bridge between where you are and the thing that you want. Thinking about what you want isn't enough. And for many of you, this is going to be the hardest part. You got to give yourself permission to dream with the lid off. Manifesting is a skill where you train your mind, body, and spirit to help you do the work to achieve your goals and dreams. That's it. Manifesting is a skill where you train your mind, body, and spirit to help you do the work to achieve your goals. And when you manifest correctly, this is another way that you can think about it, you are mentally and physically rehearsing for what you want in your life. Whether the thing that you want is a new habit, like making a mocktail instead of having a cocktail, or it's a habit of getting out of bed when the alarm rings, or it's a habit of being more present with your family, or it is the work required to launch a business or pay off your debt. Manifesting is mentally rehearsing for what you want, not to achieve it, okay? Not to achieve it. And this is going to be an important thing that we are going to talk a lot about, but to do the work to achieve it. Because here's the thing, everybody. I've already given you one of the things I deeply believe, which is profound personal and professional change starts with you, right? And the reason why you don't have the things that you want, the greatest reason, is because of your own resistance or the friction that you feel in your mind and body when you think about what you need to do to get it done. You see, thinking about what you want isn't enough. You're going to have to do the work to achieve it. And that's why this is so important. Done correctly, we're removing all of that angst and doubt and fear and anxiety that you feel when you think about it. And by rehearsing and lowering the friction and preparing your mind to repeat this behavior, you're going to be set up to win. So what are the 4 steps to manifesting properly? Number 1, we've already done that. You got to give yourself permission to dream with the lid off. And for many of you, this is going to be the hardest part. Seriously. You have held yourself back for so long, you don't even allow yourself to dream. And here's the thing, you're allowed to want things. You're allowed to want more for your life. In fact, you're wired this way. And part of what you need to do is you got to give yourself permission to want things again. You know, I guarantee you that when some of you wrote down what you wanted, you shrunk it. You literally said, okay, I'm going to write down this little thing, but I'm going to make it really, really small because I'm worried that it's not going to happen. And so one of the things that I want you to do is I want you right now, dream with the lid off. If the manifesting that I'm teaching you removes the doubt, removes the fear, if it lowers the friction and the resistance that you feel to doing the work to get what you want, what is it that you dream of doing for real? Like I almost, with you guys, I almost said, I'm going to launch one of the top podcasts in the world. I almost shrunk it down, everybody. But then I pushed through because I've been manifesting this. No, I'm launching the #1 female hosted podcast in the world, period. So what is it that you are interested in having? Like, don't shrink it down. Write down what you want, because this is step #1. And the reason why this is so important is because, you know, you have a filter in your brain. You have a filter in your brain called the reticular activity system. And this filter works just like the Discover page on Instagram. So if you're ever on Instagram, and TikTok is the same way, there's the page where you can discover new accounts. And if you've ever noticed what Instagram shows you on that mosaic and what TikTok shows you when you're kind of looking for new things are accounts that are just like the accounts that you follow. And that changes in real time all the time. So right now, my Discover page has a lot of accounts with nails because I've been growing my nails out. It has a lot of home design accounts because my husband and I are building our dream home here in the United States in southern Vermont. It has a lot of motivational accounts. And so it is reflecting back what I'm already looking at. One of the reasons why it's important for you to allow yourself and give yourself permission to want the things that you want without limiting it is because when you limit it, the filter in your brain pays attention and it limits what you see. When you start to give yourself permission to dream with the lid off, to just let your desires flow through you, then check this out. The filter in your brain changes in real time, just like the Discover page in Instagram, and it'll start showing you more of what you want. It's freaking cool. Now, you can practice what I'm saying two ways. Number one, there's a game that you can play that I call Find a Heart. Every single day, wake up and play this game where you're going to try to find a heart that is naturally occurring in the world around you. It could be a leaf, it could be a cloud, it could be a stain in your coffee. Tell your brain, show me a heart. And then look for hearts all day. And you'll be shocked because all of a sudden, you'll be walking past a building that you walk past every single day, and there, right on the side of the building, the coloration on the brick of the building, it is as plain as day. There is a freaking heart right there on the side of the building. You've missed it. You've walked past this building 1,000 times. It's been there the whole time. Why am I seeing it now? I'll tell you why. That Discover page in your brain, the filter in your brain, you told it you wanted to see hearts. Just like I've started looking at nails. And now suddenly the filter is showing you what's important to you. That's how your brain works. So one way you can start to do this is look for hearts. The second thing that you can do is you can start your day every morning in your journaling practice by writing down 5 things that you want. That's it. 5 things that you want. What do you want? You want a purse? You want a new job? You want a loving relationship? You want to feel happy again? You want to have more fun in your life? You want to finally be able to do a handstand? You want to be a best-selling, whatever you want. It can be the same thing every single day, or it could be new things every day. Because what you're doing when you give yourself permission to dream and to let those desires flow through you again is now what we're doing is we are letting you start to lead with your dreams. Literally. You can lower the resistance by inverting this and letting the dreams flow through you. Every day, look for a heart, write down 5 things that you want, and you are well on your way to step 1 of learning how to manifest properly. And that is, let the desire lead. Let the dreams flow through you. And that way your mind will start paying attention. The second step I've already given you an example of when I talked about visualizing making a mocktail step by step by step by step, all the way down to peeling the lime and twisting it and that little juice going off of it. That type of step by step by step encoding in your procedural memory is step number 2. The thing that most of us get wrong about manifesting is that we have this big dream, like publishing a book or launching a podcast, and all you dream about is the end. That's it. You miss the bridge between where you are and the thing that you want. And so let's use another metaphor, everybody, okay? Let's use the metaphor of running a marathon. So a marathon is 26.2 miles. How many of you have on your bucket list? Someday it would be amazing to run and complete a marathon. That would be something pretty cool to do before I die. Now you may have a million excuses for why it's not going to happen, but just allow the dream to flow through you. Have you ever wanted to summit a mountain, Mount Kilimanjaro? Have you ever wanted to run, a marathon? Something like a 5K, doesn't matter. We're going to use this as a teaching tool. So let's say that your goal is to run a marathon, 26.2 miles, okay? The mistake that everybody makes is they literally visualize crossing the finish line. That's not how manifesting works. Manifesting, remember, is the bridge that's going to get you to the finish line. Manifesting is preparing you. It's like a training run. So what do you manifest? What do you visualize when you want to complete a marathon? You got to visualize the pain in the rear end stuff. You got to visualize running in the rain. Visualize your alarm going off at 5:30 in the morning. It's dark. It's cold. You don't want to get out of bed, but you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get out of bed. And then you visualize yourself pulling on your tights and the dog is looking at you. And you visualize walking through a quiet apartment or house. And then you visualize opening up the front door and, it's raining. And you visualize that you don't want to go outside and maybe you'll skip the run, but then you visualize grabbing your raincoat and going out that door. And then you know what you visualize? You visualize yourself at mile 7 on a training run and your earbuds, the batteries die. And you just want to give up. But guess what? You keep running. That's the kind of stuff that you visualize. You visualize the hard, the annoying, the stuff you don't want to do. If you want to make more money, you better visualize staying in on the weekends and working on your business instead of blowing your cash at the bar. If you want to have a different relationship with your spouse, you should visualize going to counseling or listening to books about how to improve your relationship and working on yourself. Seriously, you gotta visualize the hard stuff, okay? That's step 2. The step by step, by step, by step, by step, the path, the bricks along the way. Now, step 3 of visualizing correctly. Feel what you are visualizing. That procedural memory, step by step, by step, by step. Feel it in your body. What does it feel like to do this? You know, what's interesting is research from UCLA says that, visualization works because we are activating the part of the brain that you use when you're actually doing those actions. So you are rehearsing it before you even do it. And according to research from UCLA, this is why manifesting is so powerful. Okay, everybody? So again, step number 1, you got to give yourself permission to dream. And you're going to start training your spirit to lead. And you're going to start training the filter in your brain, the RAS, to help you get what you want. And you're going to do that by A, looking for hearts every single day, play a little game. And B, you're going to start your day by writing down 5 things that you want, just as an exercise to learn how to let your desires flow through you. Step number 2 of manifesting the correct way is you visualize the bridge, brick by brick by brick by brick, visualizing the steps that you're going to take along the way. This is how you encode the behavior into your procedural memory and thereby reduce the friction and resistance that you feel to taking those steps. Step number 3, you got to feel it in your body. Feel it in your body. This taps into your nervous system, everybody. So as you're taking these actions that are really difficult, you want to take the actions. And, and I see this question, but why visualize the heavy stuff? I'll tell you why. Because the hard stuff is what you're avoiding. The hard stuff is where your doubt comes in. The really difficult things is where you come up with excuses and reasons not to do it. And so we're going to lower your resistance, your excuses, your fear, your anxiety, which raises your courage, your confidence, and your brain's ability to help you get moving. Because you're not going to change your life by simply thinking about what you want. You change your life by changing the actions that you take. And right now, the difficult, the hard, the heavy, the irritating, the annoying, you got a bazillion reasons for why you're not doing that stuff. And so we're going to use manifesting to lower your resistance internally to doing the hard, the heavy, the awful stuff. So when you feel yourself walking out that door at 5:45 in the morning with your rain jacket on and going for that run when you didn't feel like it, I also want you to feel proud of yourself for doing it, okay? That's what you do. When you visualize yourself staying in and working on your business plan, instead of spending money that you need to save or invest in your business, feel proud of yourself as you are rehearsing that in your mind. That's a really important step in this. And this is, your brain is visualizing you taking action, but now your body also is tapping into the pride that you feel when you do something that's really hard. Now, the fourth step of manifesting, do the work. All that stuff that you're visualizing, you got to use my 5-second rule, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and push yourself to take the actions. It's not sexy like The Secret of just thinking about this stuff and expecting it to come to you. You got to do the little things brick by brick by brick and take the actions that lay the groundwork for this change. And, here's the thing that's super cool about it. When you do this and you start practicing this skill and you use manifesting as a tool, you are training your mind, your body, and your spirit to align with what you want instead of resisting it and being afraid of it. And when you align your mind, body, and spirit with what you want, you will be naturally inspired and motivated and empowered to take the actions to walk toward it. That's why this works. Hey, it's Mel. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed that video, by God, please subscribe because I don't want you to miss a thing. Thank you so much for being here. We've got so much amazing stuff coming. Thank you so much for sending this stuff to your friends and your family. I love you. We create these videos for you. So make sure you subscribe. Mwah.